Alright everybody, it's time to talk Galactic Heroes 2nd edition. So why should I get a Galactic Heroes 2nd edition? Well, while you can use the core rules for any kind of base template to play anything, this is sort of our official take on the sci-fi rules. Now this is slightly different from the Heroes Savior of the Universe collection, which is actually has another book tied onto the back of it, which is our Starfighters game, but we'll review Starfighters all by itself. So as usual, we have our table of contents right up front. We talk about what you need to play, an intro, the actual playing the game, how we use cards to do our activations, a list of actions you do once you do activate. On a turn, we have our spokesperson that guides you through everything. We talk terrain, we talk shooting, how cover affects shooting into groups. Then we get into close combat, how it's resolved, how wounds work, and how recovery works with a nice layout of the different states that your character can be in and how they recover. We talk about other actions and tasks, which are just basically things that require roles to accomplish, like searching for hidden loot, setting crops on fire, that sort of thing like that. Pull a little special part out for leaders and how important they are. Give you an example of a turn. And then we start talking about building your crew. So in this, your group of miniatures is called the crew, because it sort of fits the period, since you're controlling about, anywhere 5 to 8 players, 5 to 8 characters. You always have a leader, a specialist, regulars, who are just the sort of the rank and file, which you can supplant by adding grunts. Grunts are just sort of low-level troops. Each one of these characters is defined by traits. Their leader gets 3 of them, your specialist gets 2, regulars get 1, even the grunts get 1 if they all share. There's also crew traits that they all share. Then what sets this apart a little bit is we tell you how to build alien monsters and galactic heroes. So alien monsters, you want to have that big scary thing that comes out of the ground and attacks them, or the big tentacled horror that lives in the depths of space. We've got psionics and the power of the universe. So if you want to give your character some special abilities, like being able to move stuff around or choke somebody out from a distance, or block incoming shots with their laser sword, this is how you do it. We've also got equipment. This is where we first start laying out equipment slots that each character can have, and it affects what they can carry, that sort of thing. So of course your leaders and specialists have a little bit better equipment and what they can carry, and how much they can carry. We go through ranged weapons and close combat weapons. Now you'll notice the actual rules that we play with are actually quite small, less than 20 pages. The rest of this is just basically fluff defining sci-fi genres. So we've got gear, think care, we talk about mounts. So if you want to have your guy on a flying dragonfly or a velociraptor, we can do that here. We have a couple of sample crews just to show you how it sets up. And we define how you can do campaigns, lay out a bunch of different scenarios. Then we get into vehicles, so how you can play with vehicles in your game. Anything from like having a skimmer run around to a big battle tank or a walker. Should also allow you to do some races and things like that. Vehicles have traits just like characters. We've got little templates so you can kind of keep track where your people are if you don't want to put them directly on the model itself. And then we've thrown in this version, the Codex Galactica. Both the vehicles and the Codex Galactica were separate books at one time. We've now combined them in the second edition. So we give you a bunch of pre-made characters and factions, like a sort of futuristic retro, Dash Dixon and the Rocket Rangers, a whole bunch of factions within that. We've got ones for a faraway galaxy, Rebel Scum and Imperial Truce Bounty Hunters, Federated Space, which is sort of your Star Trek, interdimensional time-traveling scientist, a grim, dark future. So this gives you a nice start if you don't want to pick up this would be a good starter, and then maybe later pick up our grim, dark Codex, which is much larger. You've got both Ancient Mars, so you can do some John Carter, and you've got Colonial Mars, so if you're more into the Space 1889 kind of feel to it. And of course, we've got some markers and stuff you can photocopy. So this has sort of become almost our new core book that we base all stuff. You can definitely do sci-fi, of course, but you can use this to build so many other things. To do pulp, to do just about any modern setting, and there's even stuff in here for armor and close combat weapons, so you could obviously do even other periods too. So check it out. Your miniatures will thank you.